it's Miss Russell with your literacy lesson for today. We're going to start out this morning by identifying words in sentences. You did this last week with Miss Hodges, so it should be familiar to you, but we're going to look at some brand new sentences today, and we're going to see if we can count the words. So I've written them down here for us to take a look at, and we're going to start with the first one. I'm going to read the sentence to you, and we're going to count how many words. Are you ready? Here we go. Fish live in the sea. Did you hear that? I'm going to read it again. Fish live in the sea. Let's see if we can count the words as I read them. Ready? Fish live in the sea. How many was that? You're right. There's 5 words in this sentence. Let's write the number 5. There's 5 words in the first sentence. All right, ready for the next one? Here we go. Dogs bark. Ready? Dogs bark. Let's count them. Dogs bark. How many did you get? I got 2. Let's write the number 2. Ready for the next one? The next one says, you ride the bus. Ready? Let's read it again. You ride the bus. Ready to count? You ride the bus. How many was that? 4. Let's write the number 4. There's 4 words in that sentence. Great job. Ready for the next one? Kids like toys. Do you like toys? Ready? Kids like toys. Let's count. Kids like toys. How many? 3. Great job. All right, last one. Are you ready? Here we go. Go out and play. One more time. Go out and play. Now let's count together. Go out and play. Did you get it right? There's 4. There's 4 words in that sentence too. So remember, words are made up of letters, and letters in the words go together to make sentences. And so looking here, I see a word that you learned last year, one of your words to know or one of your sight words. Do you see it? Look here. Last week you learned the word the. So that's a word to know, one that you're going to remember forever. Now that you've learned it this year, that's one that's going to be stuck in your brain, and you'll be able to read it and you'll be able to write it as the year goes on. We've got a new word this week, a new word to know or a new sight word. The new word this week, it's just one letter. The new word is A. A is the new word. A is also a letter that says ah. We learned that last week as well. But let's take a look at our word to know, letter A. So word to know, remember we also call those sight words. Letter A. And I wrote it in a sentence, so let's read it together. I see a bird in the sky. Do you hear our sight word in the sentence? I see a bird in the sky. Remember, sight words are words that you write and words that you can read, and they just help you become a better reader and a better writer. So those are really important that you're practicing. So your new word this week is the word A. All right. I have some letters to introduce you to this week. The first one we're going to look at is the letter G. The letter G. And letter G says G. G for goat. All letters have an uppercase or a capital letter and a lowercase letter. So the capital G looks like this, and the lowercase g looks like this. Let's see if we can say that sound together. G, g. One way that I like to make sure I'm saying the sound correctly is I like to put my hand or my fingers right below on my throat, and when I make the sound g, 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 I can feel it vibrate. Try it. G, g, g. Do you hear that? Do you feel it? Letter G says G for goat. Let's look at how you write the letter G. So on the back here, to write the capital letter G to form the letter, you start just below the top. You curve around, and then you slide left. That's how you make a letter G. To make the lowercase letter G, you start just below the middle, you make a circle, and then you swing back and down, around, and curve up to the left. So that is the lowercase letter G. So let's write that together. All right, letter G. Let's start with the capital. Remember, we're going to start at the top. We're going to go around, we're going to come back up to the middle and pull to the left. Letter G. Can we make the lowercase? Remember, it starts in the middle, a circle that looks like that, and then we're going to pull down to the left. G. That's a capital letter G and a lowercase g. The next letter that we're going to learn today is the letter H. Letter H. Letter H says and letter H has a capital and a lowercase, just like all letters. You'll see them here below. And letter H says one way I like to know that I'm saying this sound correctly is I like to put my hand in front of my mouth like this, and I go and I can feel my breath. Try it. Do you feel your breath? Letter H says Now, we don't have any names in our class, Miss Russell's class, that says, that starts with the letter H, but our associate principal, Mr. Heron, his name starts with the letter H. And so I wrote that here. So here is Mr. Heron's name, Mr. Heron. And oh my goodness, I almost forgot Miss Hodges. Let's write her name. Miss Hodges. How did I forget? Miss Hodges. So those are two names that start with the letter H. Those are very important people in our school. So letter H says, let's look at how you form the letter. To make the capital letter H, you start at the top, you pull down straight, you lift to the top, and you pull back down straight, and then you're going to slide to the right in the middle. So remember, starting at the top line, pull down, across. The lowercase letter H is similar. You have a straight line down, but you also have a curve or a hump. So you're going to pull your first line down, and then you're going to hump or curve over in the middle. So that is the letter H. H. And if we look at the sign language, letter G is one finger. It looks like this. Letter H is just two. So they're very similar. Letter H. All right, let's practice writing it. Okay, let's start with the capital. We're going to start at the top, straight line down. Start at the top, straight line down, cross it in the middle. That's how you make a letter H. To make a lowercase h, you're going to start at the top, and pull down. And remember, you have a curve or a hump that goes down. So there is the letter H. Remember, letter H says like horse. There's one more letter that I want to introduce you to today, and that letter is the letter I. I is for igloo. The letter I, here is the capital letter, and here is the lowercase letter. And we have a very important person in our school that's name starts with the letter I, and it's Dr. Irvin. So Dr. Irvin. I is for Irvin. We don't have any kids in our rooms with that letter I, but we do have Dr. Irvin, and she's important to remember. So we're going to remember her this week with the letter I for Irvin. All right. Letter I says I. I. Can you make that sound with me? I. I. Like igloo. Good. All right. Let's learn how to make a capital letter I. To make a capital letter I, you're going to start at the top, pull straight down, lift to the top, slide right short. At the bottom, slide right short, and stop. That's a capital or an uppercase letter I. It stretches high up to the top line. A lowercase letter I, you're going to start in the middle and pull down straight, just like that. And then you're going to lift and you're going to make a dot there on top. So that's how you make the letter I. The letter I in sign language is your pinky. It just looks like this. So remember, G, H, I. All right, let's write that one together. Capital letter I, here we go. Straight line down, starting from the top. Short line across, and short line across. Great job. All right, now let's make the lowercase letter I. Remember, for the lowercase, we're going to start in the middle. So we're going to pull down, make a straight line, and then our dot goes on top, just like that. And letter I says I, I. All right, so today you have learned our new sight word, which is the letter A. There it is. And you've learned 3 new letters. You've learned G, and G says G, G. You've learned H. H says H, H, H. And you have learned I, and I says I, I, I. That's all for today. See you tomorrow.